surge is an abnormal rise of water generated by a storm over and above the predicted astronomical tide. Storm surge should not be confused with storm tide, which is defined as the water level rise due to the combination of storm surge and the astronomical tide. This rise in water level can experience flooding in coastal areas, particularly when storm surge coincides with normal high tide, resulting in storm tides reaching up to 20 feet or more in some
Tropical
cases.
cyclones derive their energy from warm ocean waters, while extratropical cyclone depends upon proper precision of cold and warm air masses, such as cold air sinks and spreads under warm air, causing air motion. At times, half-breed cyclones develop over tropical ocean and tap both energy sources. And as tropical cyclones move away from the tropics, they can transition to extratropical cyclones. When a storm is traveling over open ocean water, the wind and waves drive the water forward. Because this is happening in the open ocean, the water can move away from the storm and does not build up. However, as a storm moves toward land and the ocean becomes shallow, the storm surge has no place to go and builds up as the storm approaches land. Most of the storm surge happen when the force of the wind, called wind stress, pushes off water toward the shore. For hurricanes in the northern hemisphere, this effect creates the largest storm surge in the right forward quadrants of the storm. The winds are strongest there due to the combination of a storm's counterclockwise rotation and forward motion. In the southern hemisphere, clockwise rotation of storm means the largest surge is in the left forward quadrant.
A storm surge occurs where winds are blowing onshore. The highest surge tends to occur near the radius of maximum winds or where the strongest winds of the tropical storm occur. Storm surge is caused primarily by the strong winds in a tropical storm. The wind circulation around the eye of a storm or typhoon blows on the ocean surface and produces a vertical circulation in the ocean. Once the storm reaches shallower waters near the coast, the vertical circulation in the ocean becomes disrupted by the ocean bottom. The water can no longer go down, so it has nowhere else to go but up and inland. The major effects when storm surge occurs is the increased risk of damage to coastal infrastructure and floods. Examples of this coastal infrastructure are the buildings and houses being demolished by the frequent battering of strong waves. Second is storm surge flooding, which is the most deadly and damaging, wherein water arrives into the shallow and inland areas that is capped by large, strong, and pounding waves.
If we ask ourselves where in the world the greatest threat from storm surge is, the Philippines may not immediately come to mind, but it should. The archipelago spans 50 degrees of latitude in the tropics and is situated on the western edge of the most active typhoon-spawning ocean basin on the planet. As such, it is threatened by some 20 typhoons each year. They don't all make landfall, of course, but of the 8 or so that do, there is a near guarantee that one will be a category 3 or higher with so many intense typhoons, an intricate coastline characterized by bays and inlets and shallow bathymetry in many places. The Philippines is no stranger to storm surge. Super Typhoon Haiyan in 2013, or what we call Yolanda, may seem as thought it was responsible for the only significant storm surge in recent time. This is one of the deadliest storm surge in this century, which killed more than 6,000 people in the central Philippines, which is located in the Tacloban city. Here is the actual video. Please watch it.
deduce before, during, and after the storm surge. Okay, this is what we're going to do before the storm surge. First, check your house and land for any potential dangers related to flooding. Second, sandbags are a valuable tool to prevent water from entering your home. Third, learn how to turn off the gas and electricity in your houses. Fourth, if you live in the area that is subject to flooding, do not store your important document in the basement. Keep it in the higher level. Fifth, ensure your family has an emergency kit and plan. And six, ensure your emergency kit is portable in backpack or suitcase, and make sure that you have a lot of supply including medicine, radio, flashlight, batteries, and extra food. Next, during the storm surge, first, stay inside where you are protected from water. Second, monitor the storm progress and listen for warnings or instruction from local officials. Third, before driving anywhere, listen carefully to the rescue official who will be coordinating evacuation plans. Fourth, do not drive through flood water. Fifth, be assured of risks such as hypothermia from cold water or drowning from running water. And next, after the storm surge, if your area is damaged, evacuate as fast as you can the area. Don't go back to your area if you forget something. Next, call for help. Call for a medic if there's a victim.